Washington and Dallas face off for the second time in 3 weeks. The football team's looking to sweep for the second straight season, while the Cowboys seek their 8th win in the last 12 meetings. It's NFC East football on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys.
Come on now, let's go.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz. On play action, it's Wentz. And incomplete to open things up. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the map.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Throwing is Wentz. That's complete to Turner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's got some space here. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Wentz going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. To throw is Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return is Ferguson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. These two teams all tied after 1. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Prescott on 4th down. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Prescott off play action. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Gostkowski the extra point. And it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A big play there on the catch and run.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Wentz now on 1st down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Here's Wentz to throw. And Thomas has it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second and goal, Wentz looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add up.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they'll have a decent amount of time, 55 seconds to work with, to try to at least get down into field goal range. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Wentz now on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And Washington has made this a one-score game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold.
He's got a man, complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Play action now. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So we've reached halftime in it, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now Pollard. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it a 2nd down. And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 96 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they are going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gostkowski the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Powerful running. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Shoves him aside. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On play action, it's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming up. Once more, Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Turner. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Gibson. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They'll try to run with Gibson. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Pollard. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
That is caught by Lamb. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gets this to Gibson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. To throw is Wentz. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, Prescott here to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Prescott to throw. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. That's caught at the 2. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure you...
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the rookie, Calvin Joseph. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Throwing here, Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. His 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we can. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be silly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. Hey, I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah. We tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip the switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine if you want it.